School Club or civic organization. I'm Tim Tyler, along with Edgar Wallace, and for the next 60 minutes, this is International Championship Wrestling. Today's action will include the Destroyer taking on Jerry Anderson, a videotape look at a match that took place between the Sheik and the Guru. Also, it's Pistol Pez Whatley versus Ricky Cook, and a non-title match with a 15-minute time limit. Crusher Broomfield takes on World Heavyweight Champion Randy Macho Man Savage, and Hustle Rip Rogers versus Big Boy Williams. Edgar?
And you'll remember that Ronnie One Man Gang Garvin had challenged Pistol Pez Whatley to what we're going to call a mop match. Okay? The winner of the match, of course, does not have to wear the mop. The loser has to wear a mop wig and has to wear it until such time as he wins a match here on television. Not just on television. He has to wear it to all the arenas all around the country where they wrestle. The loser has to wear the mop. Today, you'll find out who lost that match and who's wearing the mop and who is the mop head. So don't leave your set. Stay right where you are, because you'll get a chance to see the mop head.
That's right. That match took place recently in an arena in the Midwest, and we're going to have the highlights of that match, and it should be something to look forward to. Also, we'll remind you that ICW promoter George Weingroff has initiated what he is calling a dream match. If you have a combination of wrestlers that you would like to see mix it up in the ring, all you have to do is send those combinations to Dream Match, in care of ICW Wrestling, Post Office Box 24382, Lexington, Kentucky 40524. Once again, the address is Dream Match, ICW Wrestling, Post Office Box 24382, Lexington, Kentucky 40524. That could be a single match or any combinations thereof for tag action.
Tag action, six-man tag action, you name it. And just you name it. That's exactly what it is. It's a you-name-it match. It's Dream Match, and you ought to write in right away and let us know what your dream match is.
And what promoter George Weingroff is going to do, he's going to look over what kind of mail comes in and decide which he thinks will be the best dream match to have, and we'll have that match right here for you on television. When we come back, as a look at that world-famous mop match.
Mop match.
We'll see who the loser was when we come back on ICW Wrestling. Stick around. This is none other than the one-man gang, Ronnie Garvin. Ronnie, that famous mob match took place recently in an arena in the Midwest. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that action right now. We want you to call it for us, okay?
Well, as you all know, I challenged, Pez Whatley first challenged me for the Southeastern belt, and I told him that if he wanted a title shot, that it would be my rules, and my rules was that he had to wrestle me first, and I had a mop and a bag, and I told him that the loser would have to wear it. And I've got an open contract, and he signed it. So he agreed to the match, and here we are. We're going to wrestle through the mop. He's going to create a trophy. Well, Pez Whatley probably, I don't think he enjoys being a blonde. A lot of people think blondes have more fun. Well, in this particular case, I don't think it's true. Because I don't think, ever since he's been a blonde, he's had a lot of problems. And, Pez Whatley, now, I'm not putting him down. He's a good wrestler. He's got a good background, been to your college, universities, whatever, and he's a good athlete. But Pez Whatley has one problem, is he forgets. He forgets, see, and I don't, And he forgets what I can do to him. Because, see, at one time, Pez Whatley used to ride with me. used to come to my place. We used to drink together. We used to talk. He forgets about all these things. One time I was partnering with him in the ring, and he forgot I was there. Just to show you what kind of memory he's got. Well, I don't forget anything, Pez Whatley, and I know a few ways how to beat you. Because every time I'm going to commit myself to a type of match, you know, he probably thinks I was stupid enough to go into a match like that where I'm going to walk around with a mop in my head. No, I had to figure it out, a way of beating him. And it almost backfired. I must say, it almost backfired. But see, I've got an ace in the hole. And the ace in the hole was Leaping Lanny. Leaping Lanny was watching because I figured Pez Whatley's pretty stupid when it comes to thinking about different things like that. He's pretty stupid. And I figured he would have somebody in the back trying to help him. And he did. I was right. I was 100% right. You know who came in the ring? You'll see it in a few minutes. Who came in the ring to help him. We were ready for that. We were ready because you people know, everybody knows about interference around here. There's interference in almost every match because there's association between these guys. You know, the Destroyer. Well, the Destroyer is Pez Whatley. He ain't fooling nobody, you know, with them big lips sticking out of his mask. I mean, you can recognize him 10 miles away. And then you got Chief Tapu as the Destroyer. Well, Chief Tapu is the son of the Great Heel. So there's a combination there, 3 of them. Okay, plus he's connected with the Blonde, Gary Royal and Rip Rogers. So there's a connection between all of them. And you better believe it, there's going to be interference. You don't know where it's coming from because there's too many of them. There's 4, 5, 6 of them. But we're ready for that. And Pez Whatley, at this time, you can see on the monitor here, that Pez Whatley is begging because he knows he's in trouble. And I came to wrestle him that night to the mop. I came ready because I was not about to be humiliated because the ultimate for a man, you know, you could probably steal his wife, steal his girlfriend, steal his money, steal anything, you know. But how do you humiliate somebody? Make him wear a diaper or a mop on his head? I think that's pretty low. I mean, if that was me, I think I'd leave the area. If I'd have to wear a mop on my head, I would have said, gentlemen, I'm leaving. I'm going back to Canada. I can't face anybody. I wouldn't be able to look at anybody in the face with a mop on my head.
Ronnie, you were the one that came up with the idea of the mop, and you invented it yourself and had it made.
I've done this before, see? History repeats itself. And there's nothing like repeating history. See, I'm always one step ahead of Pez Whatley. Pez one day will realize that. You know, and I know I can sucker him into any kind of matches, and he'll go for it. Because, like I said before, you know, he forgets. Well, I just say, you know, Pez Whatley gave me a match. It was not easy. My back is still hurting me. It's still bothering me. I'm not 100% like I should be. But I'm getting there. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to stay home and lay in my bed and nurse myself. No, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to wrestle and I'm going to take pain pills, whatever it takes, and I'm going to do it. And here I'm in the ring, wrestling, and the only thing I've got in my mind is I'm going to cover that guy's head with a mop. And that's exactly what I had in my mind because I know Pez Whatley. Pez Whatley right now is probably fuming. Pez Whatley's mad. You mentioned the name Ronnie Garvin, and Pez Whatley starts shaking because of the things I've been doing to him. It's just like Randy Savage. You mentioned my name to Randy Savage, and the guy, his inside turns up upside down. You know, he probably has butterflies, but it's not love. You know, usually when you're in love, you have butterflies in your stomach. Well, in the case of Randy Savage, butterflies doesn't mean love. It's hate. He hates
Like Pez
Whatley. Well, it's all right, guys, because I've got no love for any one of you. You know, because professional wrestling is a sport for men. If you guys can't take it, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Because at times it's going to get hot. The kitchen is going to be on fire. A lot of times when you get men like Lanny and myself out there, because Leaping Lanny, I understand last week, challenged me. But it's all right. That's all right. I respect the man. I like Lanny. We're friends. We might not be the best friends in the world, but we're friends. And I'll give him a title match because it's a sport. It's competition. And I hope his brother, Randy Savage, gives me a title shot just like I will give him his brother a title match. I'll give a title match to anybody. Anybody that's got enough nerve to want a title match, it's all right. I'll give it to him. It's competition. This is what wrestling is all about. This is, you know, money is what makes the world go around.
As you're taking the action to the floor there, now you're throwing Pez Whatley back in the ring.
That's right. Like I said, it was about a 30-minute match. It was not easy. 30 minutes of fighting and stomping, and it's not an easy match. The man is a good competitor. He's a strong man, very strong. He probably lifts weights, and he's a very powerful. You can feel him when you lock up with the man. And here, I've got him in trouble. I'm going for a half crab, and I had a hard time turning him over. He was fighting. He knew what I was going for, and I was trying for a submission hold. It would have been better. Make him give up and make him wear a mop. I mean, double humiliation. Here's Chief Tapu. What did I say earlier? I was waiting for that. I was ready. You'll see Lanny come to my help. Lanny was ready because I told Lanny something's going to happen. They got something up their sleeve, but we're going to beat him to the punch. And that's exactly what we did here. Chief Tapu, well, Lanny was delayed a little bit. It's probably good.
Mistake they made. It looked like they knocked out the referee before this.
Well, they didn't want to get disqualified, so they figured they hit the referee from behind, tore it elbow. And now you see, here comes Lanny, drop kick. Well, Pez was going to slam me, and we got a quick 1, 2, 3 on him. And Pez Whatley became the mop head. Pez Whatley will become the mop head, and I want everybody, anytime you see Pez Whatley, if he's in a restaurant, he's in a bathroom, just holler through the door. Whatever you got to do, just holler mop head, and you'll see him coming. And I guarantee you, I'm going to drive this guy crazy. And he's got to wear this mop. He's got to wear this mop till he wins the match on television. He's got to wear it in every arena, every building that he goes, every state that he wrestles. He's got to wear that. So imagine how many millions of people are going to see this guy with a mop on his head. And, you know, to me, it is the ultimate in humiliating somebody.
The referee is pulling out the mop wig now and wanting Pistol Pez Whatley to wear it.
Well, you know, I don't blame him for not wanting to wear it, you know, but once you commit yourself, once you put you sign your name on the contract, you got to abide by it. And that's one rule that I like to say, thank you for George Weingroff, the ICW, is they enforce the rule. If you sign a contract, they're going to make you do what you sign. You can't get away with it. Right now, he doesn't want to put it on his head, but the referee threatened to suspend him for a year, 6 months, whatever it is. Threatened to suspend him and fine him $1,000. Well, Pez Whatley had to, you know, he had to put it on or get suspended. The men don't want to get suspended. He doesn't want to pay $1,000 fine. He committed himself by signing the contract, and he's got to abide by it. And next time you sign a contract, Pez Whatley, just think about what you're signing. You know, a lot of people make mistakes like that. Crusher Broomfield made a mistake like that. He signed a contract with Randy Savage about a year ago. That it was ridiculous. You know, giving 80% of his money and all of that stuff. When you sign something, you got to think about it. And like I said, Pez Whatley outsmarted you one more time.
What was he saying there, Ronnie? I noticed
he's probably cussing, and you know, he usually calls my bald-headed grandmammy or something. You know, that's usually his line. And probably wishes I'd be back in Canada. But I'm going to be around, Pez Whatley, and I'm going to be hunting you. Every time you put that thing on your head, just think about me. Think about Ronnie Garvin. Every time you wear the mops, and everybody's going to be chanting mop head, mop head, mop head. And I just can hear it right now. Mop head, mop head. And when he comes out in the studio, I want everybody to call him mop head.
The crowd of this arena were all standing as Pistol Pez Whatley more than hesitantly puts the mop wig on here. This is the big moment for you, Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, I was enjoying it. I was on the floor, me and Lanny, and George Weingroff came down there. And we were enjoying. So were the fans. The fans were cheering. The fans were laughing. I mean, look at him. What an improvement.
wow.
He still remains a blonde.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's the right color hair anyway. He's going to voice blonde. And what are the fans going to call him now?
Mop head, mop head, mop head. I want everybody to be calling Pez Whatley. No more Pez Whatley. His name is Mop Head from now on.
Mop Head Whatley.
Okay, thank you, Ronnie Garvin. And there it goes, the story of the match between Ronnie Garvin and Pistol Pez Whatley, with the loser wearing that bob wig. When we come back, it's Destroyer taking on Jerry Anderson. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today is one of the world's meanest wrestlers, Ox Baker, and he is going up against Big Boy Williams.
Well, Springfield, Illinois, I guess you thought you've seen everything. I think you had everything in that town, but you haven't. Because Ox Baker has never been there. But in 7 more days, you won't be able to say that, because I will be there. I will beat somebody up
I'll climb that ladder renown. Because I'm after things here in this area here, and that belt's around my waist. I'm going to get a reputation. And if I have to step over bodies, if I have to knock people down, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because sooner or later, I'm going to be what everybody wants to be. I'm going to be a champion, and you better like it.
Lanny is with us. Lanny, we understand that ICW promoter George Weingroff and your close friend has returned to wrestling action now that his jaw is 100%.
That's right, and not only that, but I'll make this statement right now. George Weingroff and myself do not like the fact that the convertible bonds are now the United States Tag Team Champions. We plan to team up and take those belts for the third time. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be big. It's going to happen. Pistol Pez Whatley, Hustle Rip Rogers. That's not our idea. That's not our idea of the United States Tag Team Champions. We're going to put them on some people's champions.
You kind of feel like the convertible bonds are wearing your belt.
Definitely.
We have a videotape here of a match of George Weingroff and Hustler Rip Rogers that took place a couple of days ago. Let's go to that tape right now, Lanny. Here we go.
So this is my point. I wanted to show that George Weingroff is right in the thick of things. He's made a tremendous recovery from his broken jaw. Those Rip Rogers throws him into ropes with lightning reflexes. He ducks the top and he goes for a sunset flip and he gets a 2 count. And my whole point of commentating on this particular film is that I've got proof that these guys are very worried about George Weingroff. He's a force to contend with. And now George Weingroff is backing Hustler Rip Rogers into the corner and stalking his opponent. And here comes Mophead into the ring. And he's now they're double teaming on George Weingroff. And George managed to, despite his visual impairment, 85%, he managed to put his feet up. And now he's caused a double test between Hustler Rip Rogers and Pistol Pez Whatley. Here I come into the ring. And we decide to take it to the so-called United States Tag Team Champions. I've got Hustler Rip Rogers myself, who, by the way, some know him is to throw up. I got him in and I said, hey, one more time for old time's sake, let's run them together. And boy, we sure did. And there's a lot of blonde hair flying now. And it seems like old times for George Weingroff and myself. And we are once again going to be the United States Tag Team Champions. And as Gary Royal says, gorgeous one, you can take it to the bank.
Okay, Lanny, thank you for that good word about George Weingroff. Let's go now to the ring. It's the Destroyer taking on Jerry Anderson. Edgar?
And the first match of the day is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at 212 pounds from Kansas City, Missouri, it's Jerry Anderson. And at 240 pounds from parts unknown, it's the Destroyer.
Okay, there's the bell. The match is underway. Our referee, Dale Edwards. Lanny, here's a technical question for you. If Pistol Pez Whatley is supposed to wear the mop wig, and we have said sometimes that Pistol Pez is the Destroyer, who is wearing the Destroyer outfit here?
Well, if it isn't Chief Tattoo, I'll eat Pez Whatley's mop.
Is he the Chief Tattoo or his twin brother, I would say?
If the Destroyer came out with a mop wig on, that would give us a clue.
That's right. No, this is definitely Chief Tattoo, and he's going as the Destroyer. You know, I don't know what these guys are trying to pull off because they must think we're all a bunch of idiots right now. But there is no doubt in my mind, you can... Well,
He's concealed his hair, but he hadn't done a very good job of concealing his face. That's a power body slam, isn't it?
that's right. He's a very strong man, and Jerry Anderson, I believe, is just a little bit outclassed here. Well, quite a bit, actually. Oh, if that isn't a trademark of Chief Tattoo, the fantastic big splash by Chief Tattoo.
That's it. Look at that, Lanny. In just under a minute, the Destroyer defeated Jerry Anderson rather quickly.
Very quickly indeed, and of course, Jerry is still on the floor, and the Destroyer is still trying to render a little punishment to him. Gave him another kick just before he left the ring there.
That's right, and the winner is the Destroyer, or Chief Tattoo, if you will. But now they're taking Anderson out of the ring. So, that's about it.
Okay, when we come back, Lanny, we want you to stick around with us. We have a videotape of a match that took place a couple of years ago. It's really fun to pass as Sheik and a guy by the name of Guru, and we'll probably have a look at the Sheik's manager, Weasel, whom we have not seen with us here live, but I think he is on this tape. When we come back, it's more International Championship Wrestling. We'll be back.
If your school's Public Civic Organization...
As we told you, we have a match that took place a couple of years ago, Lanny, somewhere up in upstate New York or Michigan, and it's the Sheik and the Guru. We want you to take a look at this tape with us and kind of comment on it, if you will.
Okay, as soon as they roll it, I'll be
Let's
glad
get that rolling, 'cause
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know much about jewelry, but the Sheik has some rocks on his hand, I'll tell you. And I think somebody said he's one of the wealthiest men in the world. I know he's been a top name in the world of wrestling for many years in every country in the world. And
here it is.
From our vantage point, we can just barely see this film. And looks like he's once again stalling just like he does in ICW land.
Is the manager, the Weasel, there with him, wearing the fez?
Yeah, that's the Weasel right there.
He looks like a Shriner, but he's
Sunglasses.
right. Abdullah Farouk is his name.
Abdullah
Farouk, better known as the Weasel.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't know if this tape's been edited or maybe it was shown after they had the prayer rug. He had his religious ceremony. But there is the Guru, and I don't know if services will help for him after this match, but it doesn't look like he's having much luck against the Sheik. And if you get a close-up of the Sheik's face, you'll find this commentator, Lord Anthony Layton,
The British accent.
And there's the Guru. He's got a lot of muscle, but the Sheik's got mystic powers. And I myself would like to challenge the Sheik for the United States Heavyweight Championship, and a lot of the fans have begged me, really, please don't. Well, I know...
Out of the distraction here, Pistol Pez Whatley has entered the studio for the next match with the mop wig on. Let's get back down to the Sheik, though, Larry.
Yeah, this is the one time I want to see the film Hurry Andy in so that we can get to the studio here and you fans at home can share the excitement that we're having here in the studio.
Well, my point is I'm trying to make. It's true that the Sheik is a very dangerous man, and he can rearrange a person's face. But I'm interested in championship matches. I'm interested in taking George Weingroff and making that journey back for the third time for the United States Tag Team Championship. I'm interested in wrestling Ron Garvin for the Southeastern Championship. I'm interested in wrestling the Sheik for the United States Championship. And above all, I am interested in getting Randy, the Macho Man Savage, in to be the world champion so I can be champion for the second time. And now the Sheik is really destroying his opponent. There's a chair. And
Table, that's the chair.
well, he's very resourceful. He'll take anything that isn't nailed down and use it. And, of course, I am very cognizant of this fact. Otherwise, I wouldn't be challenging the Sheik for the United States Championship belt.
You'd have to get him in a cage, Lanny. That's the only way you can be assured that you don't have anything in there except him. And, of course, you'll have something in his trust then.
I'll tell you one thing right now, though. It's fun time because we're going to get a look at the mop head.
Okay, let's go to ringside
to the ring now and take a look what's going on.
Camera 2 and goes to the ring. Pez Whatley, Mophead Whatley is in the ring.
Okay, let's go to introductions, Edgar.
The fans are calling him Mophead. Okay, the second match is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit. And introducing at 210 pounds from Louisville, Kentucky, it's Ricky Cook. At 234 pounds from Chattanooga, Tennessee, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, Bad Pistol Pez Mophead Whatley.
All right.
Okay, Larry, is he going to take his mop off to wrestle?
No, according to the rules set forth by promoter George Weingroff, he must wear that mop on television every match until he wins a match on television. So
I'm sure Pez Whatley
said this won't be long.
So he's very interested in taking Ricky Cook and defeating him, and, well, I'd say he's got a pretty good chance to do that because Ricky Cook does not have all the experience, necessary to take a man like Pez Whatley. But Yogi Berra once said before the World Series, it's never over till it's over, so let's just see what happens. Collar and elbow hook up, and I think the mop is getting in his way because he...
Look at that, Larry. It's not there. Look at the dust fly up there. That's good. I know about that dust.
I remember that mop very well the day that Ronnie Garvin brought out here the first time. I was for several days getting dust out off of me and out of my hair.
Well, it looks like a brand new mop. Well, the fans are having a good
Fans
time.
are having a ball. Mop head, mop head, mop head, the fans are yelling.
And this is the best account for himself that Ricky Cook has ever made in an ICW ring. He's actually gotten a collar and elbow hook up and stalked backwards. A powerful man like Pistol Pez Whatley. I think he's got his confidence.
Pez Whatley.
He really.
Another collar and elbow hook up.
If you think Pez Whatley has looked ridiculous before dyeing his hair blonde, and the headbutt.
The headbutt isn't working for him because of the mop.
Because I
There's
think
a cushion there between both heads.
well, not only the mop, but I think it's held together by a skin diver's mask. Seems to be. And
Okay, now Pez Whatley manages a side headlock and then a punch right to the throat.
I believe there was a thumb right to the Adam's apple.
No.
Oh, and throwing him into the turnbuckle.
Well, this is what I was afraid of. The fans' fun is over. Because all he has to do is win one match on television, and he no longer has to wear the mop. But I'll tell you what, you're going to have this on film for a long time.
That's what I was about to say, Lanny. This is Pez's big chance. If he wants to get rid of that mop, he could do so right now by defeating Ricky Cook.
Well, now he's begun putting some punishments on the young Ricky Cook. But Pez is a powerful wrestler. It's said that he can bench press, 450 pounds or something?
At least. He's built like a tank. And, of course, there's a lot of strong wrestlers in the ICW, but Pez Whatley's, he's among them. There's a side suplex or a side salto. And here comes
Ronnie Garvin coming in. Ronnie Garvin in.
and he's stomping Ricky Cook and slapping him.
What's going on here, Lanny? Ring the bell. That's it. Ronnie Garvin has interfered, thus making Ricky Cook the official winner. So look at that, a strange turnabout of events here.
Well, that's right. And you know, Ronnie Garvin, he's pretty cunning.
Pistol Pez Whatley was close to a victory over Ricky Cook.
He was getting ready to cover it and go for the 3 count and get the pin.
Ronnie Garvin came out of nowhere, interfered, thus making Ricky Cook the official winner, and Pistol Pez Whatley has to continue wearing that mop wig.
Pistol Pez Whatley will have to be mop head for at least another week.
Ronnie Garvin definitely full of surprises.
He's not scheduled to wrestle again today, so it has to be another week as he's going to be the mop head.
I'll tell you, Ronnie Garvin's got a bag of tricks a mile long, and that Pez Whatley's going to look ridiculous a long time.
Wonder if Pez is going to come over and talk to us. Pez,
If I were him, I wouldn't show his face around here.
Pez Whatley,
Pez bias right here. See we get
I'm going to pay you back, and I'm going to stick this and drop his hand, and yes, going back to his grandmother.
Okay, Pistol Pez Whatley holding you responsible, Lanny.
I wasn't backing up for him. It was just that spit coming at us.
Exactly.
Cover that up, you know?
Okay, when we come back, it's World Heavyweight Champion Randy Savage up against Crusher Broomfield in a non-title match. We'll be back. Okay, the dust has settled down from that mop wig getting all over everywhere. Edgar, let's go on with things here.
we're back in the studio, and I tell you, now is the match we've been waiting for all day. The third match, a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit, and it's a non-title match. And we're going to introduce at 454 pounds from Spartansburg, South Carolina, none other than Crusher Broomfield.
And, of course, as you know by now, he will have to wait on the arrival of Randy Savage, perhaps with Mr. Britt, maybe not, maybe Mr. Rose, maybe Mr. Penny. And so everyone is looking behind us right now to await Randy Savage's arrival from the dressing room. The music being played. Why Randy picked this particular music?
I'm not sure. The world title holder wants fame as his theme song. So he wants fame for himself. But he's not going to get much fame unless he comes into the studio and takes on Crusher Broomfield.
Look at this. Here comes Randy Savage from the front door. Taking Crusher Broomfield by surprise from the back. Randy Savage still has his street clothes on. Cowboy boots and all.
I suppose I don't know if the bells should ring or not ring. I'm not...
Look at that. It's a street fight.
Dale Evans doesn't seem to know what's going on up there in the ring either. But there won't be a power driver this time. In fact, it looks like Crusher's going to power drive Randy Macho Man Savage.
Like I said, this is definitely a street fight with Randy Savage still having his street clothes on. No sign of Miss Brenda Britton or anyone else as that goes. I've never seen Randy Savage fired up like this.
I've never seen him fired up.
Ceremonial went through.
Crusher has already undressed him. He's taken his shirt off. And he's taking his headband off, and I don't know what else the other debris is up in the ring, but the Crusher is handling himself very well.
Okay, referee Dell Edwards signaling for the bell of the ring.
He's calling it no match. I don't know.
No match. We'll have to get a clarification from this from promoter George Weingroff on exactly legally what is taking place here. Here comes George Weingroff, Edgar, and along with Ricky Cook, Jerry Anderson, Big Boy Williams, everyone into the ring now. They are trying to pull Crusher Broomfield and Randy Savage apart. Four men trying to accomplish this. What is going on up there? We are not that close to the ring physically. We can only tell you what the cameras are looking at right now. They are trying to pull Crusher Broomfield and Randy Savage apart. Let me
glad when George Weingroff gets over here so we can ask him what is going on and what the official verdict of all this is.
Let's recap what took place over the last couple of minutes. We are waiting the arrival of Randy Savage, making one of his usual grand entrances. Savage came in from the front door in his street clothes, attacked Crusher Broomfield from behind. They are trying to separate both men unsuccessfully, though. Unsuccessful attempt here to separate Crusher Broomfield and Randy Savage, with George Weingroff, Jerry Anderson, Ricky Cook, Big Boy Williams, all trying to restore order up here. We will have to get an official clarification from George Weingroff.
Randy Savage, and then Randy Savage will tear back into Crusher as they're holding him.
Look at that, Big Boy Williams taken down by Crusher Broomfield. They had them separated. Crusher Broomfield got the best of Big Boy Williams and took at it again here with Randy Savage. Okay. Randy Savage out on the floor now, Edgar.
And Crusher's coming out of the ring, and he is throwing his shirt off of him. He's throwing his jeans. Of course, the cameras are still picking up the action right here on the floor.
This is a new one on me. I've never seen anything quite like this. A street fight almost.
I think I'd like to see the conclusion of this street fight. They've already said it's disqualified, so it won't count. This non-sanctioned ICW sanction.
Okay, they have them separated. Three men covering Crusher Broomfield, Randy Savage all alone now. At the other end of the ring is our handheld camera picks up this action.
You can be never be surprised at what Randy Savage might do. Sitting at Crusher now, and Crusher's upset again. Still upset, should I say, not upset again.
Four men holding Crusher Broomfield at bay from Randy Savage. Maybe Savage will vacate through the front door like he did, but no, he is coming back into the ring.
Back, and of course, I don't know where they see. Look at that. Oh, his street shoes, his cowboy boots, he's just putting punishment to Crusher Broomfield. And, of course, the Crusher is... Oh, this is absolutely bedlam out here today.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what we're going to have to do. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more wrestling action on ICW Wrestling after you see this. That's Glenn Campbell. Okay, we have been conferring with ICW promoter George Weingroff to get an official ruling on what took place during that last scheduled match between Crusher Broomfield and Randy Savage. Referee Dell Edwards ruled it no contest because Randy Savage entered the ring in his street clothes and attacked Crusher Broomfield from behind. It took four other wrestlers to separate those two gentlemen. Use that term loosely.
It's almost disgusting, too. Crusher was ready for it. Crusher was ready for the match and was just desirous of trying to get back at Randy Macho Man Savage for having lost that title match with him. This match today, of course, was a non-title match, but Crusher was just ready. And then Randy Savage comes in street clothes clad and all from the wrong entrance into the studio and takes into Crusher Broomfield.
Just when we thought we had Randy Savage's operations figured out his entrance, he pulled a surprise on us, too. Let's get out to the action. We have Big Boy Williams and Hustler Rip Rogers all set and ready to go at it.
Okay, and now with the introduction, this fourth match is a Christie match. Most falls, the TV time limit remaining. And at 250 pounds, from the coal mines of Virginia, introducing Big Boy Williams. At 220 pounds, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, one of the convertible blondes, Hustler Rip Rogers. And, of course, Hustler Rip Rogers is managed today by gorgeous Gary Royal. And referee Dale Edwards signal for the bell. It's been rung, and it's time to get this match underway.
Okay, last week we saw the return of Big Boy Williams to the ICW Wrestling Organization after about a year's absence. And Big Boy has definitely changed his looks. He has thinned down, grown a beard, changed his hair, and tuned himself up rather handily, too. There goes Hustler Rip Rogers showing the audience the U.S. Tag Team Championship belt. One belt held by Rip Rogers, the other by Pistol Pez Whatley, and together they are the Convertible Blondes. Big Boy Williams, Hustler Rip Rogers going round and round now. Here we go. They are hooked up here. Big Boy Williams with a mean look on his face after that entanglement with Hustler Rip Rogers. Takes him down to the mat, working on that left arm of Hustler Rip Rogers. Manager Gorgeous Gary Royal up into the ring now, complaining about something as he holds the U.S. Tag Team Championship belt. That one backfired on Rip Rogers that took him down to the mat. Big Boy Williams once again working on that left arm of Rip Rogers. Rip Rogers freshly off of a Mr. Kentucky physique contest that was held recently in Lexington, Kentucky. And, of course, Rip Rogers also a veteran of other physique contests throughout the country. Mr. Volunteer State was held in Tennessee, also Mr. Indiana contest. So Rip Rogers definitely a muscle man, if we might use that term. Pulling the hair, Big Boy Williams here. Test of strength there. Big Boy Williams coming out the winner of that one. Okay, join us again. None other than Leaping Lanny.
Well, I just came by to tell you one thing. I know the motive. Randy Savage attacked Crusher Broomfield from behind.
Why was that?
I'll tell you right now what it is.
What's that, Lanny?
He is doing anything in his power to block title shots. But I'll tell you what. Crusher Broomfield weighs almost 500 pounds.
Oh, a great leg drop right on top of Rip Rogers' arm by Big Boy Williams.
Crusher Broomfield will not be denied title shots. One is because of a sneak Pearl Harbor attack like that. And we think it's reprehensible conduct, and that's all I have to say about that matter.
Okay, Lanny.
Big Boy Williams then came in and explained why Crusher Broomfield was attacked like he was by Randy Macho Man Savage. And, of course, the title shot was blocked as a result of that because it was ruled no contest. Rip was getting ready for his clothesline, but he didn't get ready quickly enough, but he did manage to get Big Boy Williams knocked to the mat. And now he's working on the arm of Big Boy Williams, but Big Boy Williams reverses it and has Rip Rogers on the mat, and look at that leg drop on Rip Rogers by Big Boy Williams.
That left arm of Rip Rogers is really taking some punishment at the hands of Big Boy Williams as he continues to borrow the arm there. As Leaping Lanny told us last week, Big Boy Williams isn't what you would call color coordinated. He has rather strange wrestling attire, but he has certainly tuned himself up after a year's absence from the ICW.
And, of course, Rip Rogers now getting into the hair of Big Boy Williams and taking him over to the rope. There's no telling what Gary Royal, Gorgeous Gary Royal, has in store for Big Boy Williams up on these ropes. He didn't do anything yet.
No, he hasn't.
Rip Rogers got an elbow right to the back of his head. And he's getting ready to throw Big Boy to the turnbuckle. Big Boy reverses that and throws him right to the turnbuckle again. Runs and misses because Rip Rogers managed to get out of the way.
That showed the quickness of Rip Rogers to get out of the way of that move. There goes Rip against, it backfired on Big Boy Williams as Rip Rogers sent a foot to the midsection.
Rip Rogers is not only quick, but he's also a very smart.
Picking up Big Boy Williams. But that backfired. There's a cover. Only a 1 count.
Big Boy Williams is making an excellent account of himself in that today, but he needs to get ready for some of these things that the Rip is doing to him, Rip Rogers. 1/2 of the U.S. Tag Team Championship.
Here goes a move.
One out of the convertible.
Missed on that one. Try to put a leg drop on Big Boy Williams. Hustler Rip Rogers missing there. Here comes Big Boy spouting his way back now.
Oh,
up and over.
Fantastic.
Up and over again.
A back drop by the Big Boy Williams and Gordon. Get ready.
Down.
Oh, and a big splash right on top of Hustler Rip Rogers. But Rip Rogers is ready again. Only a 2 count.
Okay, only a 2 count. That had Gorgeous Gary Royal really worried at that one.
And there's Rip Rogers, his famous clothesline.
Covers Big Ron Williams.
2, 3, and it is all over. The first match is all over. And, of course, this is fourth match is a curfew match. Most falls to TV time limit remaining. I don't know how we're doing on
We
time
are just
right
about
now.
out of time here, Edgar. We are going to have to take a break, come back, straighten things out. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more International Championship Wrestling after you see this. If you're in Championship Wrestling, I'd like to review a couple of things that took place today. Of course, the famous mob match came to a head here today. Pistol Pez Whatley, of course, was defeated by Ron Garvin in an arena in the Midwest recently, thus having to wear a mop on his head until he wins a match on television. Today we had Pistol Pez Whatley up against Ricky Cook, and near the end of the match, Pistol Pez Whatley had Ricky Cook down and was apparently going to be the winner, but then Ronnie Garvin came out of nowhere and interfered in the match, thus making the ruling that Ricky Cook was the official winner, causing Pistol Pez Whatley to have to wear that wig until he wins another match on television. Let's take a look at some of the action right now. Pistol Pez Whatley trying to headbutt Ricky Cook, but the headbutt is not as strong as it usually is due to the cushion that the mop wig is providing. Here comes Ronnie Garvin now, like we told you, coming in, stepping on Ricky Cook, thus causing an act of interference. And referee Dale Edwards raises Ricky Cook's hand in victory as he defeated Pistol Pez Whatley. Crusher Broomfield, come over here in just a couple of seconds. Also, want to ask you about what took place between yourself and Randy Savage. You had a non-title match scheduled with Randy Savage. We were awaiting the arrival of Randy to come in. He came in the front door out of nowhere with his street clothes on, attacked you from behind, and thus it was called no contest.
That's right. You know, I had a non-title match with the man on TV, and of course, if I beat the man in non-title, I automatically get it right in line for the world title, and that's what I'm going after, the world title. I got beat on TV a couple of weeks ago, but hey, that's in the past, and I'm going for the future, and that's going for that world title. But I had a non-title match. The music was playing, and I was standing here waiting on the man. I was ready for the man, and he jumped me, Pearl Harbored me from behind with his street clothes on. He didn't have any boots, no tights. All he had was street clothes, jeans, and some cowboy boots. He jumped me from behind, but luckily, you know, the people warned me in time, and, hey, we just had a pure six brawl all over the studio. I ripped his shirt off. But, hey, if that's the way the man was wanting to fight, you know, I can fight like that, too.
It took 4 other wrestlers to pull you two apart at one point, too.
Hey, I'm out to kill the man, you know. A lot of things have happened in the past, and I'm out to kill the man, and I know what he cherishes most, and it's that world heavyweight title. I want the man in a title match, non-title, anything I can get, you know. I just want the man in the ring. If he wants to fight in street clothes, I can fight in street clothes. I can fight in anything I have to, Randy Savage. So you hold on to that world title real tight, because I'm coming after it. That match I lost on TV is in the past. I'm coming after you now in the future, Randy Savage. Street clothes.
Okay, Crusher, we are out of time. Be with us again next week on International Championship Wrestling. For Edgar Wallace, I'm Tim Tyler. So long.
Real tight.